Hello everyone, it's been a minute since we last caught up. I've been getting lots of emails and comments on how to build in Gambia. So I decided to make a step-by-step video on the topic. This will be a multi-series playlist. So yeah, let's get it on. The first step is to make sure that building is right for you. Some people are just not suited for the hassles involved in building in Gambia. If you don't enjoy navigating the challenges working with tradespeople, just buy a house, do a quick reno and be done with it. Building for yourself is very time and resource consuming. I personally would have had a higher ROI if I worked in my day job than spending time coordinating building in Gambia. The second step is basically getting all your documentations lined up. The three most important documents I can think of are the property title, the second one would be a building plan, and finally the quantity survey. The property title basically shows that you own the property you are building on, and you won't even be able to get utilities to the compound without getting this. This one would be the drawings. You need to take the title in your name with the drawings to the lands office in Banjul to get them approved. They usually approve for 2 years, but if they expire before you finish building, you can always negotiate. And finally, it would be the quantity survey. This is probably the most important document because it tells you how much it will cost to build. You should at least have an estimate of the superstructure before you start any building. I've seen people get seriously burned by not having an estimate and they end up with an incomplete building, or at worst selling their property because they can't finish it. Remember, there are no reasonable property loans in Gambia if you're financially stuck. If you spend your money on a property and you can't complete it, you're just tying up your money and possibly losing on returns you could be making if you had invested that money somewhere else. Now that we got the bureaucracy out of the way, let's get to the fun part. The fun part is hiring workers. There are three types of contractor arrangements in Gambia. One of them is the materials and labor. The second one would be labor only, and you can also just be subcontracting specific parts of the work. When you deal with materials and labor, you basically getting the contractor to do all the work. They buy the material, provide the labor. But apart from a few big players in Gambia, I wouldn't recommend this arrangement. You'll likely end up with substandard materials and poor quality work. On the labor only arrangement, this is when you buy the materials and let somebody do the work. What you need to watch out for here is you end up with a laborer who is a jack of all trade and they end up performing substandard work, like somebody who is a carpenter. They'll say, oh, I'm a carpenter, I'm a plumber, and then basically do a horrible work for you and mess up your material. The one I like most is to subcontract each stage to a professional. This is my favorite because I'm pretty familiar with what I'm doing and it works for me because I know what to look for. This approach is very time consuming, but eventually you end up building a team. That's what I have. I also ended up hiring a project manager because it's not just efficient for me to be micromanaging everything. So I hire a project manager on a flat monthly pay who does most of my errands in construction and Gambia generally. But no matter what your arrangement is, just start by giving the contractor a small job, like just doing the fencing, and see if you can work with this person. You don't want to sign a $2 million or $1 million contract with someone and after a week you find out, God, I can't stand this person, and you've already given them a huge deposit. So yeah, we'll keep this conversation going. Thanks guys, and hopefully I'll get back to YouTube again soon. Have a good one, and please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more updates.